It's not even been 9 months since a family in upstate New York experienced the same terrifying moment that hit my family more than 20 years ago. Their little girl, a 9-year-old named Charlotte, had simply disappeared from their camping trip. Charlotte's family didn't know it yet, but she'd been abducted and locked inside a camper. After about 48 hours, police managed to track down where Charlotte was being held, and they set her free. Her kidnapper and assailant pleaded guilty and is in prison, hopefully until he dies. But tonight is not about that case or that investigation. Tonight is about Charlotte and her survival and her healing. Joining me live in the NewsNation studio, Trisha Sena, Charlotte's mother, and Jené Luciani Sena, Charlotte's aunt. They are not only helping navigate Charlotte's recovery and life after this nightmare, but they are sharing their story with the world on the podcast Sisterhood of the Survivors, available on all the major podcast sites. So thank you, first of all, both of you ladies, for joining me. And I love your shirts. You say with no fear. I love that. How did you come up with that? What does that symbolize and embody to you?
So when Charlotte wrote her impact statement, she signed it with no fear, comma, Charlotte. So she was really making a point.
Love that.
Yeah. And I think she's living her life that way too, since this happened. So even like, I know that this is not super comfortable of an experience for Trisha because she doesn't work in TV like I do, but she looks at Charlotte as an inspiration and as an example that she can do hard things. Yep. Because we have a purpose with this, so.
I think that just speaks so much to who she is. And even today, I mean, my first question was going to be, how is Charlotte today? But that almost feels redundant because you're saying that's how she signed her victim impact statement. I mean, yep. How amazing. That's incredible. I mean, so you've come out really strongly that she is a survivor and not a victim. And I just want to hear you explain in your words, what do you feel like the difference is between a victim and a survivor?
So when I hear the word victim, it feels harsh and it feels hard and just sad. Like usually when you hear victim, you feel sadness and empathy. And I really want Charlotte to be seen as a survivor, for one, because she works really, really hard to be a survivor every day. And just like think about how we talk about people who overcome anything really difficult in life, like cancer, for example. We say they're a cancer survivor. And Charlotte is a survivor of a really terrible experience, but she is surviving. She's working hard every day, and I'm gonna follow her motto here, without fear. That's what she's doing. She's taking this and she's saying, this is not gonna define me. Mm-hmm. I'm a survivor.
I love that, and I think you're exactly right. I think that is what sets survivors. That's what makes a survivor, is that mental mindset of, I'm not going to let this ruin my life. I'm not going to allow fear to stop me from doing what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And I guess in that same vein, would you say that that's how she's living her life? I mean, does she have normal 9-year-old summer plans?
Of course she does, yes. She came home and she looked at me like right away and she said, I just decided this is not gonna ruin my life and I'm just gonna move forward. And that was like 2 hours after being home. So she has always made this really conscious decision that this wasn't defining her and she was moving forward, and she's doing hard things and things out of her comfort zone. So like this summer, she's doing a play. And I think it's just because she now feels like, I can do this. I can do hard things. I can be brave. I overcome something that was really scary and tragic. And now I'm gonna go do things and step out of my comfort zone. Like I said, she's doing a play, which for anybody that knows her, it's like really mind-blowing to think that she's going to do this, but she's doing it, she's owning it, she's loving it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.